So you mentioned Monolith. Now let's talk about the actual Monolith,
Yes.
the most important one,
Yes.
the Melbourne Monolith. Oh man, I
It's
love
gonna be
this.
famous.
I love this so much. So
Don't patch it out. Don't patch it out.
okay, so Microsoft Flight Simulator, which launched this week, obviously probably the biggest release in a while, I'd say, and
Mm.
currently features a gigantic monolith in Melbourne's northern suburbs. And I just love that one of the biggest releases of the week is so connected to Melbourne, which it's obviously a place in Australia very close to both our hearts. That's where I currently
Yes.
live and where you used to live.
Was
And
born, grew up. Yep.
yeah, and it's so this monolith it's certainly noticeable. It's gigantic. It's like it's a
Our
skyscraper, but
friend spoke
ridiculously.
about it.
So,
I should thank. So we have a clip show on YouTube, Connor O'Kane. So we've used his
yeah.
video and we've credited him, who actually landed on the monolith.
Oh, it's amazing, and it's such a well edited video. So
Yeah,
credit to
check
him.
it out. Check it
I
out
think
and subscribe.
he's got a game on the VR and Steam store as well. So I don't know if it's any
Oh,
good or
cool. Yeah,
not.
check
But
out the game. Yeah.
so yeah, apparently the developer Asobo Games, obviously alongside Microsoft Studios, apparently used OpenStreetMap for a
Hmm.
bunch of building data. And at the time, apparently, when they download that data, that particular house in North Melbourne or Faulkner or whatnot, and they apparently was listed, instead of being listed as a two-floor building, was listed as 212 floors. So then it's basically replicated 212 floors in the game. It's amazing. This is probably my favorite news story of the last few weeks. I reckon it's just the video. Just watch the video of it. Oh my
It's
god, I
so
love
good.
it. I love it.
It's so good, and it's one of the. I know that they'll patch it out. They're gonna patch it out.
Oh, of course they will patch it out.
But I wish, like, please, Microsoft, because there's so much good buzz about this game, and my family won't listen to this podcast, but I've been like deliberating big time because my dad always wanted to know how to fly. I've, as a gift, given him like flying lessons and stuff like that. But I think he's kind of at an age and his health and everything like that, he won't be able to get a pilot license. And I was like so thinking through the logic of like what I can do here, of like how can I get him to play this game, because I think he'd love it. And this game has got such positive buzz. I was actually shocked because I didn't know that this game isn't available anything other than PC. Is it coming out on any other consoles, like Xbox Series X or?
So I think they've mentioned it's a possibility in the future. But
But
one thing,
why isn't it a launch title? Like, what the hell? I feel like this would be massive as a launch
but we
title.
don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't.
See,
So
that would be big. That would
I've
be
got
big.
to. I do have to call out though. As much as this game's got a lot of credit, the way they handled the launch was very, very rough and frustrated a lot of people, including myself and some good
What was
friends
your
of ours.
experience?
So basically, you install a launcher, which is like 1 gig, right? Then
Why is the
basically,
launcher so big?
well, it's got to power that 10-second music loop. So
It doesn't make
basically,
any sense.
you install the launcher, and then come release day, it says there's a content update, which is 95 gig or something, right? Which is not small,
So
but the
nuts.
problem is
It's not small.
no, but in
95 gig. It's
no, but
not
in
small.
current day, especially on PC, like that's not that. There's other games like that, right? It's
That's
just
pretty big, dude. That's pretty big.
yeah. Look at Call of Duty. That's like at this point like 150, 160 gigs.
Yeah, but
So
that wasn't launched. That was an update to the game, right?
anyway, that's beside the amount is
Yeah,
not
go,
what I'm
go.
talking about, right? The frustration is the fact that I left this overnight. I've got a pretty good internet connection, especially in Australia,
Well, I
and
think you probably have a top 0.1% internet connection in
and
Australia.
it managed to download one gig
It
in
failed, yeah.
8 hours. So basically, and I'm not the only one. So many other people having issues. So they really royally screwed it up. But it got better. Like I was able to install it eventually. But the problem is that you had to leave the. It was downloaded within the launcher, so you had to leave it open and running, and it just absolutely just thrashed your video card just on the
But
installer.
why?
I don't
Why?
know. I don't know. It's ridiculous. And not only that, unless you went to the volume settings and turned down the volume for that specific app, it played the
Which
saying the same 10-second loop over and over again. It was just,
Which most people don't know how to turn down. Like,
yeah,
there's the
I
special
watched
kind of app volume
some
settings.
guy on YouTube showed me, and I'm like, oh, thank God,
Yeah.
I can turn that down. So, yeah, good on them for making the Monolith mistake, but yeah, the way that the launch was handled was very rough. So,
Yeah, massively. And I don't know, I don't get too worked up about those things normally because it's kind of operational stuff. They stuff it up all the time. It is what it is. What can you do? But this whole Melbourne Monolith thing, I desperately hope they have like, a cheat code or a setting or something in the game to retain it. Like that to me would just be amazing. Like if you're able to type in like Melbourne or something and it turns it back on, just for like,
there'll
an
be
Easter
mods.
egg.
There'll be mods, at some point. So,
And just to be clear to everyone, the tallest tower in Melbourne, from memory, Eureka Tower, I think that's 88 floors from memory.
yeah,
Or that kind of order, So having a 212 floor skyscraper monolith, like punctuated in the north of Melbourne, it just looks insane. It's just so awesome. I love it. I love it so much. I hope they keep it.